A story of extremes, extreme sunshine today, extreme weather 48 hours ago, which inflicted huge damage in this area. We got a sense of it clearly from Martha there. I'm not terribly far from where Martha is, but I'm actually in a place called Legacy Harbour Marina, and you are looking at the legacy of Hurricane Ian. It's 150 mile an hour winds. It's storm surge of more than 12 feet. What happened here, and the reason these boats careered into each other and are jammed together, some on top of others, what happened was that the dock, which it was designed to float with a rising tide, it actually floated so high on the storm surge that it broke its moorings. That removed the protection for these yachts, and what ensued was what you see before you. Something like a dozen and more yachts compressed together, and the sea, the water here is strewn with the trappings of a Florida lifestyle by the water. It's what attracts people to a place like this, the sea. It's water, rivers, lakes, but I suppose now they are coming to terms with the consequences of living somewhere like this and the kind of damage inflicted in a place like this by a hurricane like the like of which we saw 48 hours ago. It's not just in this harbour area that boats have been thrown around. There are streets something like 50 to 100 metres that way where one boat owner was telling me his boat landed up. So, you know, there is this kind of devastation, not just across this town, but across this state, parts of Florida that were in direct contact with Hurricane Ian. And all day, boat owners have been coming and going. You know, these things cost $1 million and more. They have been coming and going to retrieve their possessions. One boat owner was complaining to me of looters who he said were active last night. He said that some of his daughter's jewellery had been stolen. So that's the kind of concern that people like boat owners, homeowners have at this stage following an event like this. And, you know, it's not just this harbour area, it's not just boat owners. Clearly, people have lost their homes, and the infrastructure generally is straining in these days immediately after Hurricane Ian. Hospitals are without power and running water. This is Lee County, and just up the road, one of the main general hospitals is having to evacuate its patients out of town to get treatment. So all sorts of problems as the recovery effort swings into action.